Two shootings in Riviera Beach sent 3 people to the hospital. The details of the ongoing investigations. Plus, what would you do in an active shooter situation? Now, what Martin County law enforcement is teaching in a brand new seminar. And make a difference this season at a pop-up Christmas store. We're going to have a live report in West Palm Beach to tell you about the many different ways you can get involved. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Today on 5. Thanks for waking up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Tori Dunnan alongside Tyler. This is our first day together, so we're kind of excited.
Yeah, and everyone at home, you may recognize Tori because Tori's actually been on our airways before, right?
I have. I covered the election for you guys in 2012, so I did daily live shots and feel like I'm home.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun, though.
We're really glad to have you here. Good luck on your first day.
We'll do our fist bump again. There we go.
We did it off air just a second ago, and now we're doing it on air. All right, looking good weather-wise for us. This is the first weekend I've been able to say that we have fantastic weather in the forecast for you. Last couple of weekends, I know it is rare because the last couple of weekends I feel like the bearer of bad news.
Now you're bringing us good news. That's good.
Finally, yes, finally we have some good news in terms of weather for this weekend. So as we go to the weather headlines, you can see the best weekend in weeks is in store for us this weekend. It will be turning windy later on today and definitely tomorrow, and then unseasonably warm temperatures are on the way for us as we head into the beginning of next week. Right now we have temperatures in the 60s across the viewing area, 64 degrees in Sebastian, 63 degrees in Okeechobee, 70 degrees in West Palm, and 68 degrees for you in Boynton Beach. Not one single drop of rain is on the radar. Fog tracker's looking good. We have a little bit of fog up here along the Treasure Coast, though, and out here towards Okeechobee, mainly the fog-prone areas in our viewing area. And here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. As you can see, we have the possibility of seeing a really quick isolated shower come in on this easterly breeze that we're dealing with, but that's pretty much it, and these are very hit-or-miss type showers, so you don't really have to worry about rain this morning. Rain percentage is only at 10% for today, so that is very, very low. Goes up to 30% tomorrow in advance for our next weather maker, and those showers that we see tomorrow, too, those will be very few and far between as well. Big story for us this weekend will be that wind and the unseasonably warm temperatures. Take a look. Sunday, 84 degrees. Guess what? It gets even warmer next week. I'll show you just how warm it'll get coming up at 5:18. Tori?
All right, thanks, Tyler. Well, there are 3 people in the hospital this morning following 2 shootings in Riviera Beach. The first shooting took place on Avenue F, where police say 2 people were shot. We're told one was an adult male, the other was a teenage female. Now, officers say both victims were taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The second shooting happened at Avenue O and 35th Street. Police tell us one person was shot, and they also say he was taken to a local hospital for possible life-threatening injuries. And this morning, we're learning more about explosives found in a Port St. Lucie home this week. Authorities say it all started when deputies served a search warrant for John Kaminsky's arrest. But when they got inside the home on Duval Avenue, they found materials used to make explosive devices and fuses. Neighbors, though, say they had absolutely no idea what was going on.
I noticed the decorations and stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's really nice. You know, we got nice neighbors, and then find out he's got bomb-making material.
The suspect told investigators that he was using the explosives to make fireworks, but now he's behind bars with a $15,000 bond. And this morning, a local family of 8 is without a home after a devastating fire. Kimberly Adams and her 7 children are now forced to live in a hotel just weeks before Christmas. The youngest child, only a toddler. Her oldest 3 are in high school. And as you can see in this video here, Kim and her kids have lost pretty much everything, including that Christmas tree there. Now, fire crews believe it all started in the dining room and then spread throughout the Boynton Beach home. Fortunately, though, no one was there at the time. We're told they were at church.
Fire department guy said, is your name Kim? We've been looking for you. Your house caught on fire.
It's hard not being able to assure them that they're going to have somewhere to stay.
So here's the good news. The children's school, Galaxy Elementary, is collecting clothing and school uniforms for those kids. And this morning, police are still working to figure out who wrote a threat on a bathroom wall at Park Vista High School on Friday. The threat reads, "I'm going to shoot 11 people." Can you guess who? School police ultimately determined the person who wrote it was not going to follow through, but parents and students were still nervous that something might happen. Some kids decided to stay home yesterday, and the school tells us if there was an actual real threat, they would have canceled class.
They should trust into what the school police and the school district are telling them, because if it was an actual emergency, we would not even have them on the campus.
There were extra officers at the school yesterday as a precaution, and we're going to continue to update you on this story as we learn more about what happened there. This is a choice that could mean life or death. Understandably, more people are interested in basically learning what to do in an active shooter situation. So a law enforcement expert hosted a seminar in Martin County offering people a dose of reality. He says make sure you know where you are and where the exits are, because your first option should be to run. If you can't run, you should hide. And if you're found, be prepared to fight and win. Locals say they're going to be taking these tips and bringing them back to businesses and families.
I don't ever expect to have an active shooter sort of situation here, but of course nobody does. You know, you don't expect it at a civic center during a Christmas party either.
The class stressed that you shouldn't be paranoid, but you should always be thinking about an escape route wherever you are. And for more information on the presentation, you can always head to our website, Wptv.com, and click on the link to that story there. Happening now, parents are awaiting the opening of a much-anticipated pop-up Christmas store. It's a place that needy families can shop for toys. And here's the good news, it is all free. News Channel 5's Andrew Ruiz is out where basically lines have been forming since Thursday. And Andrew, is the anticipation building on this one?
It sure is, Tori, and welcome to the team here. There have been people gathering since Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock at the Roosevelt Full Service Center. Right behind me, lines continue to build this morning as it is expected to draw in more than 600 people. These families will be served not only at this event, but at another one that is planned for December 19th in Riviera Beach. Let's take a look at video from last year. Here you can see all the toys that are donated for this annual event. Toys stacked high for people in need of presents for children in their life, let it be their own or those that they have in custody. Again, the Human Earth Impact League doing this. People in line telling me this morning that they're so grateful for this organization because they have to stand in line. But they are so grateful again that they have the opportunity to do this. People standing in line again since Thursday. They'll be here until lines open up, and that is at 8 a.m. We are also told that groceries and clothing may be handed out to families here, so we're definitely looking forward to seeing the smiles on these families' faces and, of course, the children on Christmas Day. We're live in West Palm Beach. Andrew Ruiz, WPTV News Channel 5.
Thanks, Andrew. Good story right there. Well, time now 5:07 and just ahead. Christmas, just 2 weeks away, if you can believe it, and post offices are already slammed with customers. How a surge in online sales seems to be causing quite a backup for some of the top shipping companies. And some of Santa's longtime Christmas deliveries are getting a makeover. How internet connections and companion apps are going to allow kids to have an interactive experience at playtime.
It's nice and quiet for us this morning. For all of you heading out on the waters later on today and tomorrow, I'll show you your forecast coming up at 5:18.
Neighborhoods across South Florida, temporary home to drug addicts, alcoholics, all trying to stay sober.
I had no idea that these places were allowed to exist.
They don't know if they're convicted felons. They don't know if they're sexual predators.
Some staying in $1 million homes.
And there's no regulation.
Recovering addicts too close to home, a Contact 5 investigation.
The kids, are my kids safe? We don't know.
Monday on WPTV News Channel 5 at 11.
Catch holiday cookie cheer on the tip of your tongue with Dunkin' Donuts holiday cookie flavored coffees. From 2 to 6 p.m., enjoy any medium latte or macchiato for $1.99. America runs on Dunkin'.
Santa has a magic snow globe for every family. And whatever he puts in our snow globe shows up at our house. And this year, look at what he put in our driveway.
Santa can do that?
You sure can, honey.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event is here. Lease the 2016 ES350 for $349 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life.
So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment.
Once daily Brio prevents asthma symptoms. Brio's for adults with asthma not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio opens up airways to help improve breathing for a full 24 hours. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Brio is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Brio and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor if 24-hour Brio could be a missing piece for you. See if you're eligible for 12 months free at mybrio.com.
Dunkin's new sweet black pepper bacon sandwich with double the slices of caramelized crispy peppered bacon. It's the bacon experience you've been waiting for. Bacon up. America runs on Dunkin'.
This story makes me feel a little old. Some classic toys are getting a high-tech twist. Internet connections and companion apps allow kids to have an interactive experience at playtime. And here are some of the hottest holiday finds.
Some longtime staples of Santa's Christmas deliveries are getting a makeover.
What you're seeing this year is a lot of classic toy concepts, whether it's slot car racing or remote control vehicles, sort of updated to use apps in addition to the physical toys themselves.
Lego Dimensions takes playtime to a whole new dimension, combining the real-world toys with the digital world of a video game.
You insert the toys into the game by using a little reader. So the Lego version allows you to actually build the figures and the vehicles out of Legos.
I didn't know that about you.
Wi-Fi-enabled dolls like Hello Barbie and My Friend Kayla are now made to be interactive.
What's your favorite animal?
Well, aside from puppy dogs, of course.
The Crayola Animation Studio allows kids to make their own animated movie with a jointed mannequin and tablet software.
That's how they used to do stop motion animation in movies going back, 70, 80 years. That's how they did King Kong.
Puzzles get an upgrade with Laser Maze, a beam-bending logic game. And when it comes to cars, Anki Overdrive puts the pedal to the metal.
This uses an app on your phone or your tablet to drive the car.
With coding built into the magnetic tracks. Just some of the newest twists on familiar favorites under the tree.
That's really interesting.
Mark Barker, NBC News.
In case you're wondering, that My Friend Kayla doll sells for about $60 and Hello Barbie will cost you about $75. Cuba and the United States strike a deal to reestablish direct mail service. It was cut in 1963 at the height of the Cold War tensions. Both countries announced this week that they're going to launch a pilot program to test direct service. We're told technical, operational, and safety aspects are still under discussion at this point. And we have some new information this morning on the San Bernardino mass shooting investigation. Sources tell NBC News that investigators now have digital evidence that was left behind, showing that the two were in the final stages of planning another assault. And sources say the target location was bigger than that inland regional center there.
Tina is not here today because she's hurting, traumatized by the constant reminder of the senseless death of her son.
This week, the family of a 17-year-old shot to death by Chicago police spoke for the first time since video of that shooting was released. Relatives of Laquan McDonald thanked those who marched in Chicago demanding justice in the teen's death and called for change from the top down. They're calling on President Obama to hold a federal summit in the Chicago neighborhood where McDonald was from. Here's the goal: to address police violence as well as brutality there. 4 white police officers are on administrative duty after an African-American man died while in their custody. Winston-Salem police confronted Travis Page while responding to a gun discharge call on Wednesday night. Officials say that Page was pepper sprayed during a chase and a struggle. He was later pronounced dead at a hospital. We're told an autopsy was performed on Page on Thursday. A final report, though, is not expected for about another 2 to 3 months. A group of motorcycle riders from American Legion Post 47 in Lake Worth are spreading some holiday cheer. You can see them there. They rode to the VA hospital in West Palm Beach and delivered gift cards for veterans. Get this, their total donation, $80,000.
My husband, who is now passed, had a vision of how can we help our community the most, and helping our veterans was the primary concern.
So the money raised will go to veterans undergoing chemo to help ease the cost of commuting to the hospital and to help returning soldiers trying to get on their feet to find jobs. The group's goal, though, is to one day raise $100,000. Okay, the U.S. Postal Service estimates 15.5 billion packages are going to be delivered this holiday season. Just 2 weeks until Christmas, and post offices and shipping centers in our area are slammed. News Channel 5's Jason Hackett explains why this year is even more hectic than usual.
Being shipped.
Mike Anderson has learned his lesson in the past when it comes to holiday shopping.
I shipped a week before Christmas, and it didn't get there till like in January sometime.
So as he ships to his family in Iowa this season, he's not making the same mistake twice.
I did it early. You do it after this time, it's it's crazy.
Steve Frankenfeld says folks like Mike have been piling into his Singer Island pack and ship all week.
Oh, man, it was nuts. It was crazy. Probably 35, 38 ground packages, all kinds of air packages that haven't gone out yet.
And this FedEx driver making his rounds tell us it's only the beginning.
It really gets going next week.
Reports indicate this season might be more hectic than usual. A surge in online sales causing a bit of a backup.
If you're going to get it by the 25th, make sure you start getting in gear, because it's going to be a little bit of a wait there. They're overwhelmed with the amount of packages that are coming.
FedEx offers delivery up to Christmas Day. UPS offers delivery up to Christmas Eve. Naturally, the longer you wait, the more you'll pay, which is why Anderson says it's better to endure the lines now to avoid the letdown later.
I don't blame FedEx, I don't blame UPS, I don't blame anybody, but myself I don't blame if I don't put it on time.
Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you plan on shipping through the post office, you have to remember a few important dates. December 15th is the deadline for standard mail packages. Cards and letters must be placed in the mail by Saturday, December 19th. Priority mail packages need to be sent by December 21st, and Priority Express must be off by December 23rd. Good luck remembering all that. All right, well, let's get a check of the weather right now. Tyler, if you're heading to the post office, good weather, bad weather, what's the deal?
Good weather. In fact, the best looking weather we've had on a Saturday in several weeks, looking fantastic. Right now, we just have one isolated shower right offshore of Fort Pierce. That's it. And the rest of the viewing area is dry. We have temperatures in the 60s and the 70s, and a little bit of fog on the fog tracker. The fog is getting a little thicker up here across Indian River, St. Lucie County, and also Okeechobee County, and that's the only spots that we're seeing the fog. Now, you can see on Vipercast right here, this big dark spot, and then it zapped away as soon as we got to about 10, 11 o'clock here on Vipercast. Well, that was the fog. Now, the fog is going to get pretty dense here in about an hour or so, and it's going to linger around through 10 o'clock this morning. It's not until about 10:30 that the sun erodes away that fog. We're looking at a partly sunny sky around 11:30 this morning, and then as we head later on into the afternoon, oh my, looks good, doesn't it? A lot of sunshine, not one single drop of rain on Vipercast. I agree with that. Rain chances are going to be fairly low today. It's going to be a tranquil day for you. Sunny, a little humid though. Highs will be getting up to 83 degrees. Rain chance for today is at 10%. Then it starts to increase a little bit to 30% on Sunday, 40% on Monday, which, by the way, Monday will be the warmest day out of the next 7. And then as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, we teeter around 20 to 30%. Boaters, right now we have 3-foot seas. They will be increasing as we head later on into today and tomorrow, about 4 to 7 feet, and maybe as high as 8 to 9 feet offshore. Small craft advisory is in effect until 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So to summarize, here you go. 83 degrees for a high today. Breezy, mostly sunny, but no rain to speak of for you today. Overnight, 74 degrees, and fog will be developing yet again. And then as we head into, get this, Sunday on into Monday, look, 85 degrees for a high on Monday. That's mind-blowing. That is so above average. I mean, that is going to feel very, very warm, especially when if you're moving down or coming down from up north. that is going to be a shock to the system for sure. So Sunday, 84 degrees, Monday, 85 degrees, then around 84 degrees on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even as we head into Friday, too. So Monday is the warmest day out of the next 7. It'll also be the wettest. Now, we're not looking at a lot of rain on Monday, but we definitely see the highest rain chances on Monday. So isolated to maybe scattered showers on Monday. This weekend, though, looks really nice. An isolated showers possible. It'll be breezy to windy. Highs around 83 to 84 degrees. Tori, back to you.
All right, time now is 5:20. Crucial improvements to the lifeline for police and fire rescue. We will have more on the proposed upgrades expected to bring the aging public radio system up to current standards. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
I absolutely love my New York apartment, but the rent is outrageous. Good thing Geico offers affordable renters insurance. With great coverage, it protects my personal belongings should they get damaged, stolen, or destroyed. Excuse me.
Delivery. Hey, lo mein, Szechuan chicken, chopsticks, soy sauce, and you got some fortune cookies. Have a good one.
These small New York apartments.
Protect your belongings. Let Geico help you with renter's insurance.
Sleep. Remember when it welcomed you like a friend? Then it became more elusive. But why? When you have insomnia, it may affect the wake neurotransmitters in your brain, disrupting your wake and sleep messages. Belsomra is a prescription medicine for adults who have trouble falling or staying asleep. Belsomra is thought to help turn down wake messages by targeting and inhibiting the action of orexin, a neurotransmitter that plays a central role in sending wake messages. Only Belsomra works this way.
Do not take Belsomra if you have narcolepsy. When taking Belsomra, don't drive or operate heavy machinery until you feel fully awake. Walking, eating, driving, or engaging in other activities while asleep without remembering it the next day have been reported. Belsomra should not be taken together with alcohol. Abnormal behaviors may include aggressiveness, confusion, agitation, or hallucinations. The temporary inability to move while falling asleep or waking up and temporary leg weakness have also been reported. In depressed patients, worsening depression, including risk of suicide, may occur. Alcohol may increase these risks. Side effects include next-day drowsiness.
Sleep. Ask your doctor about Belsomra.
Wake up! Come on! Why are you sleeping? Come on! What time is it? It's go time! Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go! I feel like I went to bed an hour ago. I'll make the cocoa.
Get a great offer on the car of your grown-up dreams at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event.
It's the look on their faces that makes it all worthwhile.
Now lease the 2016 E350 for $509 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
News on WPTV is sponsored by the Marcus Neuroscience Institute.
Welcome back. These bite-sized pastries are made with a secret ingredient. Here's Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Whenever we share a recipe that has a secret ingredient, it's always a hit. So we dug out an old favorite that we came up with almost 30 years ago. And whether you serve it for Hanukkah, Christmas, or just because, these bite-sized buttery rich ruglach always disappear fast. To make them, all we do is cut a good amount of butter with some flour. And if you're not familiar with cutting flour and butter together, you can do it with a pastry cutter like this, or with a couple of knives. Once it's crumbly, we add our secret ingredient, some softened vanilla ice cream. That gives the dough a rich vanilla flavor. Once it comes together, we pop it in the fridge to firm up. Now, after sprinkling the counter with a cinnamon walnut sugar mixture, we cut the dough into chunks and roll out one piece at a time and top it with some chocolate chips. After cutting it into wedges, we roll them up, starting from the wide end, before baking them off. What we end up with is an old world pastry that looks and tastes bakery fancy, but was so easy to make. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our chocolate chip ruglach so you can share these with your family and friends. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a secret shortcut way that'll have everyone saying, ooh, it's so good.
And you can find this recipe and all the other ones from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen on our website. Just head to WPTV.com/MrFood there.
Good morning, everyone. Let's take another look at the 7-day forecast. Breezy for you today. Pretty low rain chances. Rain chances around 10% today, high of 83 degrees. Then tomorrow we start to see the rain chances increase, and also our temperatures too. 84 degrees on Sunday, 30% chance of rain. Then Monday, look at that. Oh my goodness. It is December, and we are going to be topping out 85 degrees. Some areas could actually be a little warmer than that on Monday, high of 85 degrees. Rain percentage around 40%, and we stay right around 20 to 30% rain chances all week long, and highs will be in the mid-80s Monday all the way through Friday. So it's going to be a warm week, Tori.
All right, nice. Thanks, Tyler. Well, the Lawnwood Stadium in Fort Pierce, including the track and bleachers, is closing today for maintenance. The stadium will be closed today through January 4th. St. Lucie County's Parks, Recreation, and Facilities Department is going to be performing routine maintenance to the stadium facility during this time. Okay, time now is 5:25, and coming up in our next half hour, a man accused of selling cars and keeping the money for himself leaves a voicemail for one of his alleged victims. The piece of that voicemail that now has investigators looking into it. And frustration is not an unfamiliar feeling for anyone who's gone to the DMV, but an argument with a clerk ended in a wild fight with a police trooper from our area.